Welcome back to another episode of Inward News. This episode is going to be disturbing. This is a disturbing episode. Letting you know that now. Apparently, the Cambria Hotel on Q Street in DC is a hotspot for human trafficking after a Twitter user, Money Maya, posted a thread about how some strange man tried to bust into a room at 1 in the morning, claiming to be housekeeping. Like many other people started responding to this thread and talking about how they also experienced this, and she documents the whole thing in the thread and even states how the management seemed very calm and knowing of the whole ordeal, like they were part of it. The viral thread sparked social media detectives to continue research, which brought up past accusations of the hotel and its parent company having prior engagement with sex trafficking. If you want to know more about that, go to the original thread, read the stories. I added some links, so the green screen should be filled with some of these stories. It's scary because it's scary because it's sex trafficking. That's scary all on its own. But the way that she documents it, like there was a guy out front of the hotel when she first got there, and they was just standing there pretending to be on the phone, but you can tell they were just watching. And she said that the next day when she came out, it was the same person standing there. Like, that's scary. The dude that claimed to be housekeeping that broke in, it was 1 a.m. and it was while she was in the shower. And apparently the hotel has like a lock, the latch bolt type of deal. And he tried to break in and started screaming, let me in. Like, and then when she called the manager, was like, oh, that might have been housekeeping. Ain't no housekeeping coming at 1 in the morning trying to break in like that. Like, that's ridiculous. Scary world for women. Like I said, continuing on. A 29-year-old woman was found dead in a police van. That's not even the worst part. Apparently, her body was found after days of being in that police van. The police van was outside the station, and there was no signs of foul play. They checked the security footage. There was footage of this woman walking around the parking lot and even footage of her climbing into the van. Once in the back of the van, it was a police transport van. So once she got in the back, she couldn't open it from the inside to get out, but she had access to all the windows. And even on camera, they had a video of her like being in one of the windows. But from September 25th to October 7th, nobody checked this van. Nobody saw a woman in it. Nobody knew. Apparently it was a different cop or somebody walking through the parking lot and saw her body in there, and that's when they discovered she was in there. But it's crazy that this long nobody noticed something. Nobody used the van. Like, don't y'all have to do maintenance? Yeah, this was in Huntsville, Alabama, at the Huntsville Police Department. Yeah. Like, do better. 20-year-old woman was found guilty of first-degree manslaughter, not because she killed anyone, but because she lost someone. She was 17 weeks pregnant, and she had a miscarriage. Now, here's the crazy part. When I first saw this story, I put it in because I was like, that's crazy. This woman lost her child, and now she has to go to prison for 4 years for manslaughter. And, that's like disturbing. Like, that's to have to deal with that mentally and then going with this. But then I read the full story. This woman's blood tested positive for methamphetamine, amphetamines, and another unnamed drug in the liver and brain. Like, don't do drugs as a whole, but to not do drugs, like to do drugs while pregnant? But I get it. If you're on meth, you're already addicted. Like, complex story. Don't do drugs, but also women that suffer miscarriages shouldn't be punished with manslaughter. But also don't do drugs. Coosa High School in Rome, Georgia just made news by doing exactly what you'd expect from a Georgia school. Apparently some white students were waving the Confederate flag and yelling slurs at the other students. We all know who the other students are. These other students decided to plan a protest, and that was a terrible decision because they were suspended. They were suspended for planning a protest in regards of their racist classmates yelling slurs and waving Confederate flags. It gets worse. Some white students was taking place in the planning of the protest, they did not get suspended. Just the black students. It gets worse. The white students said, hey, we were doing it too. We were part of that. We were planning to protest with them. And they said, shut up. The blacks are being suspended. Like, they're not even hiding racism at this point. The white students was like, punish us just the same as you're punishing the others. And they said, no. Just straight up no. Coosa High School in Rome, Georgia. There's your promo. John Deere lost thousands of workers overnight in protest for better hours, pay, and benefits. There's also questionable working conditions. They said they're sick of it. They want more money. They want better working conditions. If you've heard things about Amazon, these other big factory places, Kellogg's is another place on strike. You hear about them working for like 16 hours, minimal lunch breaks, people peeing in bottles because they can't go to the bathroom. It's ridiculous. But yeah, now they're fighting for bigger wages, and it's a ongoing it's an ongoing movement because a lot of industries are doing this as well. A lot of factory industries. I heard the movie industry, they're getting in on it. So yeah, everybody's fighting for their worth now. Fun fact, Kellogg's Corn Flakes was originally created to prevent masturbation. It was supposed to be a suppressant of your sexual desires. And I get it. Corn Flakes suck. There's no excitement in Corn Flakes. Social Security for 2022 is supposedly about to get a big old fat check. I don't know how any of this works because I'm a 28-year-old, but I think the fund is being increased by like 7%, and this is supposedly dangerous because it's going to deplete our Federal Reserves quicker than anticipated. I think they're saying like 2027, we might be out of money. Money's made up. I don't know how this is a story because money's made up. We've reached the point that people are buying PNG files, just regular pictures, and they're customizing them for thousands of dollars. Like, if you're a graphic designer, get into NFTs because money is a social construct, man. At one point, you could buy a wife for a pig and 2 goats. Not saying that that's right. I'm just saying that at one point you could buy human life for breakfast. And now we're talking about we're going to run out of money. Literally anything can be money. That's whatever. Also, there was an explosion in a mosque attack. Or there was an explosion in a mosque that was an attack. Last I checked, it was like 34 dead, 62 injured. It was 3 explosions in Afghanistan. I can't remember the province right now. This isn't scripted. I just remember this, and I think it's important. Nobody knows who did the attack at this time, but both the Afghan government and the Taliban said, well, the Afghan government said whoever did it needs to be held responsible, and the Taliban said you will be brought to justice. So whoever attacked the mosque in Afghanistan, you better hope the Afghan government gets to you, because Taliban don't play about their religious beliefs, and you attack this holy ground. 3 explosions in a mosque. Taliban's coming for your neck. And now on to the y'all hiring segment. I'm about to freestyle this because I didn't feel like writing all this because I was trying to get this done so I can cook burgers. Yes, Noah, keep this in. I want them to. The switch up is a esthetician out of North Carolina. She does, all the esthetician things, eyebrows, waxes, facials, the scrubs, and all that. She just did my homegirl's Chalisa's eyebrows. Chalisa, you know your name is hard to pronounce. Who put a ch and a s sound so close together? Love you, girl. She just did Chalisa's eyebrows, and they look dope. I'm a guy, so I don't know what bad eyebrows look like. I know what bad eyebrows look like. But she did a good job. Hit her up if you're in North Carolina area. I think near the Durham area. Go to her page and check it out to get the right address. I think you can book online. Regular esthetician prices. I don't know what cheap and affordable looks like. It's Women pay a lot of money for things. But she's good. Just off the eyebrows. That's all I'm basing off of. She does good work. Hit her up. Eat with Keeks is a food influencer and content creator. She tries to visit many restaurants, but living in the Atlanta area, she has a lot to choose from already, just from Atlanta. She does reviews. She creates TikToks and even categorizes restaurants for tourists or locals to the area to visit if you just want a new spot. Check out her highlights because she has a list of black-owned restaurants in the Atlanta area if you want to do that. But also, she goes to all restaurants. I don't want you to think that she only checks out black restaurants. So if you're a restaurant and you want promo or you want to push your brand or get more people to come in, hit her up. She does good work. I know she's got a couple people to go places because people are always asking her, like, where can they eat? So, yeah, hit up Keeks. Locks by Lex is a DMV lock technician or loctician, I think they call them. She can do all kinds of locks and hairstyles and whatnot. She can give you locks, take out your locks. I think combing out locks takes a lot. She can style your locks. She's a loctician, man. If you got locks, hit her up. If you want locks, hit her up. If you want to get rid of your locks, hit her up. If anything has to do with locks, hit her up. Unless you're breaking in somewhere. She doesn't do those locks. And the Witch's Bath, the Halloween brand. It's not a Halloween brand. She's just a very spooky type with her brand deals. She does bath bombs for your baths. She normally does, skulls, witches, and all that. But I know that she has pumpkins and black cats. I think the black cats are new. I think that's specifically for Halloween. So check her out. It's called the Witch's Bath. It's a year-round thing, but it's extra cool during Halloween time because it's spooky season. You get the spooky bath bombs for your spooky time. Hit her up. Tell her I sent you. I think she's doing a Halloween special. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. Go to her page and find out. And yeah, that's been another episode of Inword News. If you know any, if you're listening to music and you want me to toss it in the show, if you have anything coming up you want me to talk about, and if you're just a business that wants to get promoted, hit me up. Bye. See you next week. Toodles.